Hello world, welcome back to Silver Screen Society where we talk movies. But first, let me take a moment to say Happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. Today we're talking about Friendship, a new indie tragic comedy starring Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd, directed by Andrew DeYoung. Friendship is actually a film I've really been looking forward to because I'm such a huge fan of Tim Robinson's comedy, his style, mainly his show I Think You Should Leave Now. I went in expecting the next big cultural thing, like, the new Anchorman, the new Ace Ventura, the new Austin Powers, that like milestone comedy. Did it deliver? Well, let's get into it. Friendship follows Craig Waterman, played by Tim Robinson, a midlife marketing guy who lives in the suburbs. He has a life that looks, fine on the outside, but emotionally he's sort of checked out. Austin is everything Craig isn't. He's confident, eccentric, and cool. Oh, and he's a local weatherman, which feels a lot like a fun throwback to Paul Rudd's early Anchorman energy. What starts off as a casual, quirky, neighborly hangout spirals into something more awkward, obsessive, and emotionally messy. But let's talk about the acting, because that's really where this movie lives. It's exactly what you would expect if you've seen I Think You Should Leave. Tim Robinson's performance is very subdued and tragic. He plays discomfort like a symphony. He plays every pause, every twitch, every terrible attempt at bonding feels excruciatingly real. Paul Rudd, on the other hand, leans into that classic Rudd charm. His portrayal of Austin reminded me a lot of his Anchorman days, with just less jokes. Actually, I can't really remember a joke from his character now that I think about it. But here's what really stuck with me. Friendship is painfully relatable. It captures something real about adult loneliness, especially male loneliness, that desperate urge to feel seen, that awkward dance of trying to forge a real connection when you're not sure how. If you've ever tried too hard to impress someone new, or if you felt invisible in your own life, this movie will hit you right in the gut. But it's a comedy, right? Well, if you like that type of comedy, this genre of cringe, awkward comedy might be uncomfortable for a lot of people to watch. If you're not already into it, if Tim Robinson's style doesn't do it for you, this movie might not be for you. It asks a lot of its audience. It wants you to sit in the silence, in the discomfort, and just be there, which is by design. Director Andrew DeYoung, who's worked on shows like 10/15 and I Think You Should Leave, really leaned into that awkward. It's a realism. A lot of films' tension comes from subtle production choices. Flat lighting, mundane suburban sets, long takes with no cuts. Even the weather segments felt oddly stylized, like public access TV meets midlife crisis. Also, the fictional clothing brand Craig wears, Ocean View Dining, is peak satire. It says so much about him without ever having to say anything. The movie plays out like a slow, emotional unraveling, and that's very much the point. Now here's the honest part. I found Friendship to be fun and entertaining, but it didn't live up to the hype I had going in. I was hoping for the next comedy gold moment, something I'd rewatch and quote, but it ended up being heavier, sadder, and more emotionally raw than I was really ready for. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of funny skits that worked on their own. There's actually a part in the film that had me laughing to the point where friends from my group were asking me if I was okay because I just kept laughing. It was really funny to me. It's that type of humor, that style of humor that I'm very much fond of. But I think the film as a whole is messy. It's tragic, and Tim Robinson's character does the heavy lifting of delivering the jokes, which is really disappointing because Paul Rudd is a comedic actor in his own. So would I recommend it? Only if you're a fan of Tim Robinson's style, and if you're into that slow burn cringe humor. What would I rate it? 7 out of 10. It's original, it's thought-provoking, but that doesn't mean I want to watch it again. Would I rewatch it? Absolutely not. Once was enough, thank you. It was too heartbreaking. I couldn't sit through it again, even though I admire what it was trying to do. So, have you seen Friendship? Was it your kind of weird or just too much? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know if anyone else walked away with secondhand emotional damage like I did. And if this review helped you decide whether or not to watch it, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next video. Until next time, stay awkward, stay human, and keep watching.